Oh my goodness. It's Monday. It's book week. We do this every quarter where we talk to authors of books that are relevant to recruitment, but we're switching it up a little bit this week. First of all, you'll notice we've got a new cover shot, so I thought I would put that in there. We're sponsored by JobAdder, so that blue will be there. I'm Angela Cripps, the MD of the Recruiting Gym, and we're really pleased to bring you the daily workout every day here on Crowdcast that you can access for the quarter. So we're in the last month of the quarter now, aren't we? So if there's any on here, if you look back at the list that you want to catch up with, Meet Your Recruiter week was a fantastic week. You can do that anytime. We're checking it pretty much every day, actually, between the team to make sure that those Meet Your Recruiter posts are still getting the love that they want. So feel free to go back and watch those. You can click the green button at the bottom. That's the Daily Workout Lite, or DW Lite as we call it. They're the free sessions that we've done out of the 625 from the Daily Workout. But yes, you can buy that as a course as well. Great for CPD. So what's Book Week all about then? So as I mentioned, this is the 5th time we've done it now. And we interview authors. But as I said, I was mixing it up. So we're also bringing along 2 people this week that are going to talk about books that had a huge impact on their working life. So this week, who have we got first? We've got Tracy Harris up first with Carol Dweck's Mindset. So that's going to be tomorrow morning live. Wednesday morning, we've got The Go Giver. So with Gary Lincoln on there, so he's going to be sharing that. That's going to be a pre-recorded on Wednesday. Matt Alders a pre-recorded on Thursday with his book that he did with Merv Dinnan on digital talents. We're going to get a different viewpoint from him from the last one. And then I'm so glad to say the lady that kicked this all off, Katrina Collier, will be with me on Friday. Don't expect it to be 10 minutes. But Katrina, the Robot Proof Recruiter, has had its 2nd version come out. She's done, I don't know how many interviews. I'm going to ask her on Friday, but she's updated the book and it's got a different perspective on it as well. So we want to hear all about it. And that's just come out. I think it's been out a couple of weeks in the UK. It's just come out last week in the US. So we'll hear all about that on Friday. So the left-hand side, they're the authors of the book. The right-hand side are MDs, directors, senior people that want to share with you a book that's made a difference. Right, who are we saying good morning to? Morning, Suze. There we go, from JobAdder. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for sponsoring us for the next till the end of the year. Libby, good morning. Hopefully Casper's having her breakfast. And Charlotte, there we go. Oh, 165 followers on the hashtag. Wonderful. So that's over doubled. Since we did the last recruiter. It's starting to gain momentum now. So Meet Your Recruiter, go to the hashtag, follow it. You'll get posts come up on your timeline that are relevant to you, but it's all about a social media posting challenge. It's about getting you noticed more whilst you're on LinkedIn. So if you're new to recruitment, that one's critical to get involved with because it'll make a big difference to generating a network that's going to be helpful to you. And that's us here at the Recruiting Gym. Right, I am going to switch tabs. And this time I'm going to share a book that's had a big impact on me. But rather than me talking about it, which is sort of how I normally do it, I thought, let's find someone else talking about it. And I found this great resource. For those of you that don't read, this is a great resource for you. So this is a company called 4-Minute Books, and they do a 4-minute summary of books, which is fantastic. So you've got an opportunity to actually get a sense of what it's all about. You never know, you might want to buy the audio book of it to get all the detail. It might be just the trigger that you need to say, okay, yeah, I'm going to put that one into practice. So perfect for the daily workout. So I'm going to stop sharing on our lovely Canva pic. Let's share on good old YouTube. What a great resource that is as well. And we're going to use that. Now, I am going to remember to mute myself this time because I usually do forget. So you'll miss me for a second and then we'll go straight to the summary.
One sentence summary. Good to Great examines what it takes for ordinary companies to become great and outperform their competitors by analyzing 28 companies over 30 years who managed to make the transition or fell prey to their bad habits. Favorite quote from the author: by definition, it is not possible to everyone to be above the average. I was shocked to find out that Jim Collins' Built to Last was published in 1994, but instantly understood when I learned how many years of research went into it. That was the book which outlined what helped visionary companies stay visionary over decades. Good to Great is the book that answers the question the previous one raises: how do you become great in the first place? Analyzing 28 companies in three categories: good to great, direct comparison, and sustained comparison. Over the span of 30 years, Jim and his team looked at which companies went from average or subpar stock market performance to outperforming the stock market by a factor of at least 3. The result is a set of strategies, habits, and practices which can turn a company from good to great. Here are 3 of them to give you an idea of what it takes to build something that's world class. 1. Find your hedgehog concept. 2. Only adopt new technology if it helps you reach your goal. And 3, confront nasty facts head on, but don't lose hope. Want to go from good to great? There you go. Lesson 1. Find your hedgehog concept. If the lion is the king of the jungle, then the hedgehog is the king of the forest. Yep, you heard that right. The hedgehog. Why? Because he's got the simplest defense strategy of them all. And in any attack situation, he knows what to do: curl up and become untouchable, spiky, rock-like, unbreakable fortress. Clever foxes and snakes can come up with as many cunning strategies as they want. The hedgehog will always react the same, and he'll always come out on top. Jim Collins says companies that go from good to great always figure out their own hedgehog concept, a strategy they can keep pushing for ages, which will eventually take them to number 1. To find your hedgehog concept, you must answer 3 questions. 1. What can we be best in the world at? 2. Which things can we be passionate about? And 3. What is the key economic indicator we should concentrate on? But no rush, it takes most good to great companies 4 years to figure it out, so chances are it'll be a while to find yours. 2 examples are Zappos, who want to create the best customer experience for people buying shoes online, and Walgreens, who shoot to be the best, most convenient drugstore with a high per-visit profit. Lesson 2. Only adopt new technology if it helps you accelerate your momentum. Anchor, Music.ly, TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. All of these are less than 10 years old, and there are dozens more, and these are just social networks. We're flooded with an incredible amount of new technology every single year. The question is, how much of it really benefits us? I'm trying to build the best book summary website in the world, and I'm relying on blogging to achieve it, a technology that is considered old by any means at this point. Of course, I experiment with the new stuff, but I don't jump right in and bet all my money on it. If you're jumping on new technology just to be a pioneer, or because you're afraid you might miss out, you'll have a very hard time aligning it with your actual mission. For example, Walgreens took a 40% share price drop by completely ignoring e-commerce at first. But while competitors rose quickly and disappeared again a year later, they carefully mapped out their online strategy and used it to boost their actual goal of being the best pharmacy store. For example, by offering online prescriptions for pickup in store. Always be wary of new innovations. Only jump on the bandwagon once you're convinced they'll help you improve your hedgehog concept. Lesson 3. Always confront uncomfortable truths head on, but never lose faith that you'll work it out. Realistic optimism is another habit good to great companies share. They don't put their head in the sand and ignore the hard facts, but they don't throw their hands up in despair either. When you're just not profitable enough to make it, or your latest marketing campaign sucked, accept it and deal with it. For example, when Procter & Gamble entered the paper goods market, the situation looked pretty bleak from the incumbent Scott Paper and Kimberly-Clark. But while Scott Paper gave up the battle even before it began and started to branch out, trying to dominate a few small niches P&G had no business in, Kimberly Clark held a moment of silence for P&G because they knew the big guys were about to lose. Kimberly Clark rallied at this opportunity to compete with one of the big guys. 20 years later, Kimberly Clark not only owned Scott Paper, but also outgunned P&G in 6 out of 8 product categories. As my mom always says, everyone boils their food in the same water. So don't sugarcoat the bad things, but never lose faith in your ability to figure it out.
Hey, this is Nick, the founder of 4-Minute Books, and I want to thank you so much for watching.
Let's get my microphone back on. Thank you, Nick. What a great resource, hey? 4-Minute Books. Summaries of books, and I think he did a much better job than I would do, so I'm going to keep a lookout for that for other ones if we move forward with the not having the authors. Let's see how this week goes, but I think that would be a great idea. We've also got the book club, so we've been doing this 5 times, as I mentioned, but we also did the book club in our success stories. So that was an opportunity to ask people what book changed their life and why. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a business book. You'll find that in DW Lite as well. We want to share that as much as possible. And the reason I'm saying that is because of the hedgehog concept. To me, this was always around, what is it that can we stick with, carry on with? And you know what? Daily workout is a really good example of that, where there's been many times, because we offer this for free on a quarterly basis, that we thought, we're really busy now. It was great during lockdown, but can we actually keep getting 4 guests a week when we're doing these types of weeks? The amount of work that goes into it, it gets downloaded into a course. There's a workout and documents that are put into it. So that's the actual daily workout course. We'll stick the link in there for you, where you get all of those exercises and downloads that you can use. That's a lot of time and effort, but actually, that is our element of what makes us different. So for me, our strapline is online training powered by humans. So from the online part of view of the business, we didn't want it to be just leave you to it. We wanted to have the interaction. We wanted to be here. And for me, that's what makes the difference, that you've got access to coaches. I saw Catherine was on there this morning as well. Morning, Catherine. So having these people supporting you is critical to your learning. And I put a note in there, did I spot Ikigai? Because Ikigai is a very old Japanese concept of find your passion, find what you love doing. Then find a commercial element. Is there someone that's going to pay for it? Are you actually any good at it? So combining things that you're good at, that you have a passion for, that there's a need in the world, and then people are going to pay for it. Well, that is Ikigai, and obviously good to great. That concept there of those 3 elements certainly reminded me of that. So these things have been around quite a long time, but good to great really had an impact on me probably about 15 years ago when I was working with Fiona Lander Associates, and we created the Management Development Program. So this is a 6-modular face-to-face training modular program. We have got an online version as well, the Leadership and Management Program that we did during lockdown, and that's starting this week again. Yay. Okay, so all of these elements, the daily workout sort of spawns all these different things that generates to it, and now that we've got sponsorship for it, obviously makes it a little bit more viable as well. So we're hitting our Ikigai, doing what we love. There's a need out there. We want to get training and coaching to recruiters throughout the world. We know that there's a lack of that when people join our industry. It's one of the reasons why we have such a high turnover. So we want to make an impact on that. But yeah, there's got to be time for it. There's got to be a commercial reason for it as well. So daily workout, we're here every morning. 9 o'clock UK time, giving you 10-15 minutes of information of something that you can take away and utilize. So from today's, well, one, go and find 4-minute summary of books, so that if you've heard about all these books but you're not a reader for whatever reason that is, here's a great opportunity for you to get some insight into some of those great books. So that's one of your workouts on there. 2, think about, what's your hedgehog concept? What is it that you can stick to, that you know is right, that you're going to just keep going? Consistency is key, whether that's in marketing, we hear it all the time. To make sure, I had a conversation with Hung Lee a little while ago, and he was just like, consistency, consistency, consistency. You've got to be there. Well, on number 625, I think we're doing it. So this is the daily workout. I'll be back tomorrow morning with Tracy Harris with her book from Carol Dweck tomorrow, Mindset. Great opportunity to talk about that. Thanks, everyone. We'll speak to you soon. Okay. Yes, there is a whole book talking about Ikigai on there, Blake. So yeah, we probably should do that on the next one. Actually, we talk about it a lot. Have a great day, everyone.